Okay, we'll do the welcome to the first press conference for the 2025 European Le Mans Series, and welcome to our four drivers, three new faces to the ELMS and one former champion returning. In the press conference we have Miguel Molina, Kessel Racing, Chadwick, Edic Sport, Théo Pourchaire, Algarve Pro Racing, and Enzo Fittipaldi, CLX Motorsport. I'll start with Miguel, our 2021 LMGTE champion, and obviously the reigning 24 Hours of Le Mans champion as well. Miguel, welcome back to the series. How are the preparations going for this weekend's race week going, and how you find the competition with more manufacturers at GT3 this year?
Well, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here back in this championship, because I always felt that I really like the championship. So coming back here full time since 21 is a good challenge this year. But the preparation is going well. It's a new crew. First time that Kessel Racing is having two cars here, and with having a good reference car in the as a sister car, like it was last year. They were fighting for a championship, so it's a good reference. We are starting from scratch, let's say, in our crew. First experience for my colleagues in this championship, but it's going well. We know that the competition is quite tight. It's quite high level, so I think we will be ready to start, and looking forward, as I said.
We're at your home track. Now, we normally say Spanish drivers home track. This literally is your home track because you're from Girona up the road, which is a beautiful city. As I said, I've been there 3 times with the historic rally championships. It's a fantastic place to go. If you haven't been to Girona, you need to go, ladies and gentlemen. It must be nice to have the race here in Barcelona. What are your thoughts on the circuit here, and have you got a favourite part?
Well, it's always special to race here. As you said, it's my home racetrack. I start here. I've been 6 years in the driver program of this circuit, and it's always special. You have the people coming around and supporting. It's been a long history here behind while I'm driving, so I'm really happy. It's always special in this, and it's also an extra motivation. And for sure, for me, maybe turn 7, turn 8, and 9 is my favorite part here. Is quite challenging as well. So looking forward to race again, and hopefully we can have a good result, because last 2 times that I was here I was in the podium. So let's try to make it again.
We can't, as I mentioned in the prelude, you come here as the 24-hour Le Mans overall champion with Ferrari in the hypercar category. How did it feel to win at Le Mans? It must have been amazing. And how does it, a Spanish driver in a very Italian team?
Yeah, for sure. Now to win 24 hours of Le Mans, it's difficult to describe. I think everyone wants to race in Le Mans, and even more that having the chance to win it. I think it's something special, and how it was also was a very good one. We've been fighting until the end with some problems in the last 1.5 hours. So we were fighting a lot, but we could make it happen. And about the question to be as a Spanish driver in Italian. We are quite similar, let's say. Latin people, they go together quite well. So it's already 8 or 9 years that I'm in Ferrari, and I feel one of them already. So really happy, really to continue our journey, and let's see in the next race of WEC that it's in Imola, and will be a big pressure there, but for sure it's very good to be and represent Ferrari.
What are the main differences between the 499P and the 296 GT3 you'll be racing this weekend? And is it difficult moving from one to the other?
Well, for sure, there are 2 different concepts of cars, but there are quite similar things. Like the engine is similar, is the same base, let's say. But for sure, jumping from the hypercar to the GT3 is always a challenge. But we are constantly doing that, so we are used to this, and with a few laps we are already done, and yeah, I mean, and at the same time is enjoyable. So it's always when you are jumping in whatever car you are driving, you try to extract the maximum, and is how we are doing.
Miguel, thank you very much. Jamie, we'll turn to Jamie now. Welcome to the US, Jamie. A lot of attention on you this week with all the photo shoots you've been doing, and with the Genesis, Magna Racing, and with Rolex. As a former British GT4 champion, this is not your first sports car series. You competed, but you have been doing single-seaters for many years, 3 times W Series champion. Does this weekend mark a change of direction for you?
I'm not sure about change of direction, but definitely, I'm really excited to kind of go in this direction of endurance racing. Obviously, I did a little bit of endurance racing very early in my career, but that was so early in my career, it doesn't feel like I can even really remember or draw on a huge amount from then. So I think now it feels like almost like a new chapter, kind of trying to settle into this world. It's a very different world in many respects, but yeah, I'm very excited. Obviously, it's a great program to be in the ELMS Championship, but also with the Genesis Magma backing, I think it's really exciting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've really enjoyed everything so far. So looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
Tell us a bit about the project, the Genesis Magma, and obviously you're going to be racing Le Mans this year with EDEC, so that's a big challenge as well.
Definitely, I'm super excited about Le Mans. Obviously a bucket list race for many years for me. So to be going there, but in the LMP2 classes is very special. But for Genesis, of course, coming into hypercar in the future, I think for them to sort of put a bit of investment and time into a development into the LMP2 class, I think is great. And they call it the trajectory program. So if you look at myself and my 2 teammates, Matisse and Danny, it's a really good opportunity for us to kind of learn in this environment, but also have sort of an eye on seeing what the development into the hypercar process will be. And ultimately in the future, that's kind of the long-term ambition for all of us.
This weekend, we've got 13 female drivers across the 4 series we've got here this weekend. And when you look down the paddock and you see so many female team managers, team principals, engineers, mechanics, you as a high-profile driver, does that please you, the direction our sport is going?
It really does. And I think that's something endurance racing could be proud of, is, how far they especially have come for women in the sport. And I think the Iron Dames are probably, single-handedly the most responsible for so many of the female drivers we see this weekend, which is really cool. And I think every year I race, I see more and more female drivers. And I think that's the thing. It's just increasing participation. That's something I'm personally quite passionate about, but just trying to encourage as many young female drivers through the ranks, and ultimately down the line, hopefully we start to see them filter through to the top, whether that be in endurance racing or even in single-seaters. It will be great to see.
Give us your first impressions of the ELMS paddock and the competition you're going to face this weekend, especially from people like the 2 guys to your left in LMP2.
Super competitive. Not that wasn't to be expected, but yeah, very competitive. I think you just see even the number of cars, but the number of professional drivers, you kind of go through the names and it's incredible. Of course, fantastic for us to kind of be up against such a strong field. But the paddock and the environment itself is really cool. I'm really enjoying it. Very different to anything I've done before, but I'm looking forward to obviously this weekend, but the rest of the season as well.
Jamie, thank you very much. We'll turn to Theo. Theo, welcome. 2023 FIA Formula 2 champion, so another single-seater guy coming across for your debut in endurance racing, so welcome. You're racing with Algarve Pro Racing, who've got a massive pedigree within the championship. How you find it so far? And the same questions asked to Jamie, what are your thoughts on the competition?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, very happy to be participating in the 2025 ELMS Championship with Algarve Pro Racing. Big thanks to Peugeot Sport and the Stellantis group. It's thanks to them I'm able to race this year, and thanks to also Algarve Pro Racing. They did a big effort to have me. Last year was a tough season for me, and finally I have something to do this year. And a great championship, really competitive, nice car to drive, the LMP2. So I mean, I'm all happy. I'm really focused on my job, on what I have to do, and I'm gonna give my best.
Unlike in single seaters, so you'll be sharing your car here with 2 other drivers, which is obviously a change for you. Is finding a setup difficult that suits all 3?
It is for sure. It's a bit different, sharing the car, but it's, I have two great teammates. I'm quite tall, so to find a good seat position as well is a bit difficult. But we found a good compromise, and now working on the setup, I think we are not too difficult. So we try to help each other as well, and it's gonna be fine, But I'm really looking forward to learn many things in endurance racing, like such as race into traffic, pit stops, driver changes. Many things. So it's a new world to me, but I'm happy to be part of it.
You just sort of said that about the traffic. Obviously, we got 4 classes here. You're in LMP2, and so you're going to be the fastest on track. How are you going to deal with that traffic?
I experienced it a little bit in the prologue. It's not super easy, but it's really fun, and I really enjoyed it. You have to be so smart, and it's difficult because you have cars, new tires. You can probably be at the end of your stint with really old tires. Difficult to manage the car balance, but you have to take risks as well because you want to be quick. You want to win the race. So it's gonna be tough, but it's a lot of fun. It's also the first time I'm racing in a closed cockpit car, so it's a bit different in terms of vision, in terms of temperature in the cockpit as well. Much different than F2 for sure. But as I said, I'm enjoying it. I have a lot to learn, so I'm humble. I know it's new world and the level is really high. But of course, as a competitor and as a racing driver, we all want to win, so we're gonna give our best.
You're a French driver, and we're going to Le Mans. Well, ELMS not going to, well, you will be going to Le Mans in June. How special is that going to be for you as a driver, and what about the challenge you'll face there?
Very, very special going to Le Mans. I lived 4 years in Le Mans. I did the French F4 Championship, which is based there. So, Le Mans is a very special place, and I think for every racing drivers, it's the dream to win in Le Mans. It's part of the Triple Crown. I've experienced last year as a spectator the Indianapolis 500, Le Mans a few times a few years ago. I won Monaco in F2, so being part of those races is a dream. And I'm thinking about it, but not too much because we have a race this weekend. We have a Castelli next month, and for sure, Le Mans is in my head already, and we want to do a great job there.
Thank you, Theo, and good luck this weekend. We're going to turn to our 4th driver, Enzo Fittipaldi. Enzo is the 3rd Fittipaldi to race with us. His brother Pietro is racing with us this weekend. But also your grandfather raced in the WC back in 2014 or 15, I think, in Sao Paulo. So you're the 3rd Fittipaldi to race in an ESO championship. As another driver making the ELMS and endurance racing debut, what are your impressions of the series so far, and what is going to be the main challenge for you?
I'm super excited to be here. It's a very competitive championship. The field this year is very strong. It's my first year doing endurance racing, so it's a new experience for me. CLX has been supporting me very well, and I think I'm getting up to speed quickly. Have a very good relationship with my teammates. The whole team, basically my people is Brazilian, Manuel is from Portugal, and our race engineer is from Brazil, so we all speak Portuguese, but obviously the main language there with the team is English. But yeah, it's been a great experience up until now, and I'm super excited for the race weekend.
Like Theo and Jamie, you've raced in single seaters for many years. You compete against Theo in Formula 2. Do you agree that endurance has become a viable alternative for young drivers looking to progress their careers?
I think endurance, ever since I've started my racing career, one of my dreams has always been to compete in the 24 hours of Le Mans and to try and win that race. Like Theo said, it's part of the Triple Crown. And I think endurance racing is a great opportunity to make a career and become a professional racing driver. WEC with the hypercars, I've been following all the races, and they're amazing. So I hope one day to be able to take part in those races as well.
As I said, your brother's on the grid. He's racing in the number 10 Vector Sport Orica. Have you been competitive before?
We raced one time in karting when we were younger, and we crashed in the first corner. So hopefully it will not happen here this weekend. I'm sure, we'll have a lot of fun out there, but sometimes it's difficult to know who's at the car, in LMP2 because there's 3 different drivers, but it'd be nice obviously to come across him Hopefully not during the race. Hopefully I'll be far ahead. But yeah, I think it's super exciting, and it's our first time properly racing against each other.
You've raced here in F2 before. You actually finished second in a feature race in 2023. What are your thoughts on the track, and do you have a favorite corner or sequence?
I think Barcelona is a very fun track. It's very technical. And I really enjoy Sector 2. Turn 9 is a very nice high-speed corner. Yeah, and it's a really fun track to drive. It's a bit difficult to make overtakes, but I think it will be interesting in the race or the strategies. And as well, the fans that come here for the race weekend, the experience I've had in the past is very good. You know, the people here are very passionate, and I'm super excited to see that energy this weekend.
Okay, I'm going to stop that there. If anyone wants to talk to the drivers, you can. Thank you very much indeed for coming up, and good luck for this weekend's all-four review. Thank you.